What's up, traders and investors? It's Rod with Power Group. Welcome back on the Pursuit of Wealth. It is Monday, August 9th, and in this video, we're going to be discussing 3D Systems Corporation, ticker symbol DDD on the NYSE. They just reported their Q2 2021 earnings after market close today. So 3D Systems swings to profit in Q2 as revenue jumps, and the stock was up about nearly 50% here after hours. So we'll look at that here in just a second. But before we jump in, make sure to smash the like, subscribe to this channel, and tick the bell. You'll be notified on any future uploads. So 3D Systems late Monday reported an adjusted diluted EPS of 0.12 in Q2 compared to an adjusted loss of 0.13 a year earlier. So substantial increase there, blowing past analyst estimates of 0.05 EPS. So revenue grew to 162.6 million from 112.8 million a year ago. So again, a substantial increase, and also crushed the estimates of 143.3 million consensus. And we were up, like I said, about 15%, just under 15% here after hours. We're currently up 12.35% over that $30 area. So we're sitting at 31.87 here after hours. And then, like I said, from the low of pre-market or after hours to the high of after hours, we were up almost, so 13.83, so just under 14%. So once again, congrats to the bulls. You can see here we're holding EMA 12 here on the 5-minute. And on the daily time frame, we have a new daily higher low established here and daily uptrend confirmed. So I remember shouting out into POW Group, so to private members last week, I said it might not be a bad idea to start scaling into DDD and looking for a potential daily trend change. You can see here from the recent high, we were down 44%. And this is a name that I'm extremely bullish on, and we're extremely bullish on in our group. But you can see here we were rejecting at EMA 26, and then today we closed right on it. And it was a gamble, obviously, swinging through earnings. But again, no one has a crystal ball, but the odds of this daily continuation, this daily trend change and getting a daily continuation was starting to increase. And again, if you were just looking to potentially play, we could see an EMA 12 and 26 bull cross into tomorrow as well. But if you were looking to just play off of that support and then set your stop underneath that 23.24, you could have essentially risked. There's multiple ways you could have played it. So you could have entered there on this pullback and risked about 10%, or you could have played the break of this daily inside bar that broke bullish, and that started our daily bounce. So once we started that daily bounce on August 5th, you could have set your stop below the low here at 25.86, which was our potential daily higher low, and now we have a new higher high. So we have a new daily uptrend confirmed and daily higher low at 25.86. So that's going to be key support going forward. If we lose that level, we lose the daily uptrend. And it's almost it was an inverse head and shoulders here as well on the daily time frame that was playing out. So again, if you were just looking to enter off of that daily trend change, you could have played it multiple different ways. You could have started to scale in here when we were approaching daily oversold, and then for the more patient bulls, you could have been waiting to scale in on a daily higher low here when we had lots of rooms for a daily trend change attempt. Again, leading into earnings, it was always a gamble, but if you wanted to set a hard stop underneath that $25 psychological even, you could have risked essentially 5 or 6% to make upwards of 15 to 20%. So just want to say congrats to the bulls. We are up over the EMAs. We do have a lack of resistance here on the daily until 35.98, and then a lack up to 41.48. So taking a look at the weekly chart here, we do have the 10-week moving average at 30.23, which we are over here after hours. So a weekly close above that level will be bullish as well, in my opinion. And then we have the 50-day moving average there at 30.55. So a lot of resistance there in that $30 area. So we're going to see if we can close the day over that tomorrow, and then ultimately close the day over, close the week over $30 into the end of the week. We could see a bull cross here. We should see a bull cross here tomorrow on the stochastic, and perhaps even the MACD, depending on how much more bullish follow through we get during regular trading hours. But it's looking good. We also held the 50 weekly moving average, and we had this bull cross of the 50 and the 200 and the 100 all the way back here at the beginning of March. But we started that massive consolidation down about 44%, and ultimately didn't even test the 50 weekly moving average on this pullback. Not only did we not even close a candle below it, we didn't even come down and test it. So it has been extremely strong, one of the stronger names out there, and we avoided a death cross as well. And like I said, getting over that 50-day moving average. In terms of the weekly VWAP, that was another level you could have been entering to use as support, right? So not only did we have that low and that potential for the daily trend change, and entry off that daily high or low, if you would have looked at the weekly VWAP down at 24.72, you could see that we never closed a candle below it, and it was a perfect back test and hold of that weekly VWAP. So that was a very strong indicator. And like I said, multiple different ways you can play it. It all depends if you're looking to scale in a daily oversold, if you're more patient and you're waiting, maybe you were waiting for a daily uptrend. So if you haven't entered yet, and you were waiting for a daily uptrend, perhaps you're a little stuck at the moment, you're not really sure, maybe you don't play after hours, maybe you don't play pre-market, and you have to wait for regular trading hours to open tomorrow, then perhaps maybe I would advise, again, they're not financial advice, but if it were me, in my opinion, if it were me, I would likely wait until at least for another daily high or low or hourly oversold conditions, because at this point, if we zoom into the hourly, yeah, we're heavily overbought here on the hourly time frame. So sitting after hours, sitting at about 81 on the RSI, so we're extremely high, and we have no real support here until EMA 12 down at $29. So like I said, at least wait for maybe a back test to the EMAs or hourly oversold conditions into tomorrow, but we could easily pull back 5 to 10% here and just be looking for an hourly high or low. And at the moment, like I said, we could still see that EMA 12 and 26 bull cross. On the weekly time frame, we did lose. We had the weekly uptrend confirm here with the low, high, higher, low, and higher high, but we just lost the weekly uptrend, and we're still rejecting at EMA 12. So if we can close the week over EMA 12 at 28.69, that will be bullish as well. But a lack of resistance on the weekly up to 41.48 on the monthly time frame. So holding EMA 12 on all of this consolidation after that huge run up to 56.50. But even from the 52-week high, we pulled back about 70%. And that's why I got it under about $20, added it to my long-term no-touch portfolio. And I'm going to be holding this one for the long term. Let me know in the comments below if you're looking for an entry still into tomorrow. But like I said, if you're a bit stuck and you were waiting till after earnings, may not be the best idea to just hit the buy button right at market open. Well, again, we'll see how we open tomorrow, but likely want to wait for some consolidation. At least, now that we're looking for a daily high or low and we're daily uptrend confirmed, at least maybe wait for hourly oversold at this point for any longer term entries. But if you are looking for a short-term trade, if you're looking for a day trade or a swing trade, watch for 5-minute oversold conditions. Should be a nice bounce once we touch down to those 5-minute oversold. All right, going to end it there. Once again, congrats to the bulls, and we'll see what tomorrow brings, but ultimately looking for a close by the end of the week over $30 for bulls to maintain their momentum. All right, thanks again for joining us on the Pursuit of Wealth, and we'll see you a little bit later on for an MJ Sector review.